Welcome back! Turns out I did actually lose points last time for using the keycard incorrectly. Although it doesn't subtract points when you do that, it actually gives you less points for doing it correctly if you've done it wrong once. I've gone back and corrected this, so you see how I have 200 points more than I did in the end of the last video. You're supposed to get 500 points for opening the lock, but if you've used the key card before punching the holes in it, you'll only get 300 points. So that's something to watch out for if you want maximum score. Alright, well, we're back in here. There's not an awful lot we can actually do. We could look at the computer again, in case you haven't looked at everything yet. Slightly easier to use now that we have fingers. But that's not important. What is important is this thing on the wall here, which you can't actually look at, which does not make things easier. Get closer first. Okay. I'm not sure if it's a glitch or if there's something wrong with my version of the game that you can't look at some things. I do not know. Oh, it opened a cabinet and there seem to be 2 canisters inside. A pair of liquid nitrogen canisters. Perhaps they could be used against the pucoids. Perhaps. So let's take them with us. That ought to be quite cold. Can we close it again? No. I think that this is all that you can actually do here. The only thing you couldn't do as a fly. Oh, we need to use the keycard again? Sometimes there's just no logic to these things. What did you find, Captain? I've discovered that the pucoids have a critical weakness. They can't stand the cold. Extremely low temperature temporarily halts the molecular action of the primordial soup that causes the mutations. Does it reverse the process? Unfortunately not. I'm afraid not, but at least it's better than nothing. Did you find anything else? I find a couple canisters of liquid nitrogen. Great! Give them here. Maybe I can rig something up to use against the pucoid critters. That would be helpful, Cliffy. I sure hope so, Cliffy. Well, Captain, I think we've done all we can here for now. Let's head back to the ship. Well, Captain, how do you want to do now? Oh, we want to beam back to the Eureka, actually. I'll beam us up now, Captain. Too bad we didn't find any way to cure Bia. There's got to be some way to help Beatrice, Cliffy. I really can't think of any offhand, sir. What's your beastie so excited about? That's a good question. What is it, Spike? I think he's trying to tell us something. What is it, boy? Stimmy stuck down a well? He's jumping on the cryo chamber. Is that it, Spike? You want us to jump on the cryo chamber? I don't think so. I didn't think so, sir. Now he's jumping on the transporter. What could he be trying to say? What do you think the critter is trying to tell us, Captain? What are you trying to tell us, boy? We should jump on the cryo chamber and then jump on the transporter. Somebody fell down the well. the mill is on fire. Or, option 4, we should initiate a manual control bypass to reverse the phase polarity of the interface grid and then use the transporter to reintegrate Beatrice's DNA molecules. I have a hunch it's that last one. Yeah, no, just might work. He's pretty smart for a space, whatever it is. Good boy, Spiky. Get the ambassador ready, sir. I'll man the transporter. He automatically puts Spike back. Why did he put him in his shirt first? I guess they didn't have an animation for him carrying Spike any other way. Okay, we need to prepare Beatrice for this procedure, and for the love of God, do not click the hand icon on the cryo chamber, because doing that opens it. And if you open it, there's no way to close it again. Clicking the hand icon on it again would then take Beatrice out, who is still frozen, then crumbles into dust. So look at it first. It seems that the mutations are starting to take a hold, although of course much slower than they otherwise would, thanks to the cryo freeze. Though Bea lies frozen in suspended animation, the threat of the mutagenic substance which infected her has only been temporarily diminished. You've bought some time to find a cure, but nothing more. Well, hopefully Spike's solution will work. Let's look at the control panel. Now, if you remember the instructions, they said that to defrost an ambassador, we need to use 10 seconds defrost. To do too long, she'll basically just burn up. So, 10 seconds defrost. You've successfully defrosted Bea. There's not much time to save her, so whatever you're going to do, do it quick. I intend to. Now we can open the cryo chamber. And get Bea, and put her on the transporter pad. Make it so, Cliffy. Okay, Captain, in just a minute, I've got to make some minor, delicate micro adjustments to the transporter. Which he does in the way he makes any adjustments to the transporter, by kicking it. Oh, Bea, I thought you were puked for sure. So did I. I feel weak. I need to rest. No problem, I'll tuck you back into cryo so you can recuperate. Too bad the ship doesn't have any beds. Okay, but I've just got one question for you guys. What happened to my underwear? I have no idea what this means. Oops. Excuse me, Roger. And she goes back to sleep in the cryo chamber. Too bad that we don't have any beds. Bea's currently spending some quality time recuperating in the cryo. It doesn't let you look at the control panel again. Probably to prevent you from accidentally freezing her again, which is something that's not necessary because she's no longer under any threat. This is a good thing because now we have a way to temporarily stop the mutants using the canisters of liquid nitrogen, and we have a way to reverse the mutations, namely using the transporter. That's just such a nice thing about the transporter. It's like a deflector dish. You can use it for anything, whatever the plot requires. It's like a built-in Deus Ex Machina. Okay. The question is, now what? I guess we should head back to the Goliath. So now that we have a way to deal with the mutations, or to deal with the mutants, we can see if we can infiltrate her and then stop Captain Quirk. Can you give me an analysis on our best course of action now that we have the cloaking device, WD-40? I recommend that we attempt to board and take the Goliath. If we achieve surprise, we can cure a portion of the Goliath's crew with the ship's transporter, and enlist their aid before the rest of the Pucoids can react. Sounds like a good idea. Sounds risky. That too. I calculate a 29% chance of success, but there is a 93% chance that the Goliath could destroy the Star Confederation if we cannot prevent her from reaching the frontier. And that would be a bad thing. And just how in the Pleiades am I supposed to get over there? The Goliath's shield will probably block our transporter. The only remaining option is to use the EVA pod, Captain Wilco. It is small enough to avoid attracting attention. Once you attach it to the Goliath and cut through her hull, you can sneak up to the bridge and shut down the shields. Then Cliffy and I can join you and effect the rest of the plan. Assuming I try this crazy stunt, where should I land the pod? My databanks do not possess that information, sir, but I calculate an 83.7% chance that Cliffy will have that information. Do you? Come on, Chemosabe, let's hop to it. Oh. He does actually have that information, but he won't give it to you until you actually get to the Goliath. I think, although I'm not entirely sure of this, I think that if you did not get the cloaking device, you can actually go back for it at this point. But we already have it, so we don't need to. In any case, we'll see if we can get on board the Goliath in the next video.